boy JB, aka the King of Soul, and today we got some Jordan 11s to look at. The Air Jordan 11 Retro. Now this is that RareAir colorway. Before we get into the review, do me a favor, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. If you do dig the content, also hit that share button. These videos that we do on this channel are strictly for review purposes, so if you do happen to have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to drop those down below. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the review. So this sneaker does come in this all blue box here. Now on the box lid, you do have this hit of white and cream for the Jordan Jumpman logo there. If you do a 360 around the box, you will notice more of the hits of blue. Now over on this side, of course, you do have your size label, and then you do have your cutout here for this circular ring here. Over on this side, you do have the number 23, and that's pretty much it there. The bottom portion of the box, nothing really too special going on. It just has like this hit of red here. Now over on this side, you do have some Nike branding and copyright information in that sail color. For those that do care about that, there you go. Now the box label on the sneaker does read Air Jordan 11 Retro, RA. The colorway says Deep Royal Blue, Fire Red, and then Sail. Now when you do open the box, and it is a sling box lid situation, now you do have more of this hit of red here along the bottom of the box. Over on the side, you do have the Jordan Jumpman logo there. Inside the box, not too much going on. Up under the box lid, you do have this hit of white. Over on this side, you do have this blue stamp, and then there's a gold sticker over here that does say QC21. Then it says OK at the bottom. Beyond that, you are met with this white wax paper here with these gray circles that's actually supposed to look like some carbon fiber. When you do remove the wax paper here, you are met with more of this white tissue paper inside the box. Beyond that, you are met with the actual sneaker itself. Pretty dope sneaker. It's built just like any other Air Jordan 11. Now one thing that I did like about this one, they did swap out the upper on this one. Instead of giving us like that mesh material that we see on most Air Jordan 11s, they actually gave us this hit of white for this leather here. And then they also did give us like these letters here in black that does spell out Jordan. Of course, just like any other Air Jordan 11, you do have that hit of patent leather, you know, surrounding like the entire upper. But outside of that, it looks just like any other Air Jordan 11. I do love the hits of blue and red on this one. Yeah, man, solid sneaker. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Not gonna take too long. But again, this is the Air Jordan 11 Retro. And again, this is that RareAir colorway. So we're going to take a look at the right sneaker like we always do on the channel. Now from first observation, again, the sneaker does look like what you would expect from any other Air Jordan 11. On the lateral side of the sneaker, first thing you notice is that hit of blue here for the patent leather. Now you do have some blue stitching that is consistent throughout the entire upper. The upper portion of the sneaker does have, you know, this hit of white leather. Now to the touch, it does feel like, you know, pretty, you know, I would say like, you know, decent as far as like quality goes to the touch, but it does kind of fit a little bit stiff. But on the foot, I do feel like these do fit just like any other Air Jordan 11, but we'll discuss that later on. Now, along the midsole, you do have this hit of white, and they did kind of give us this kind of like cream kind of sail hit for the outsole. But you do have, going towards the rear, you do have that red Jordan Jumpman logo stitched in. Again, you do have these hits of, it's like they spell out the name Jordan here on the lace loops here in black. The sock liner of the sneaker does have like this hit of black here, and then of course you do have some more white stitching. Outside of that, that's pretty much it on the lateral side. Now switching gears, going to the front toe box area of the sneaker, now you are met with more of this blue patent leather material. And they did kind of like switch things up a little bit as far as like the laces go with this one. Now the sneaker did come pre-laced, but they did go ahead and give us like these sail kind of off-white laces for this one. The tongue of the sneaker is in like this white leather material. Going about halfway of the tongue, you do have this white tag that does run horizontal, and it does say Jordan, Jumpman Jordan, but you do have the red Jordan Jumpman logo there as well. Behind the tongue of the sneaker, you do have this hit of gray, and you do have this blue tag. The blue tag does have, like, you know, this inscription here. Now it does have the red Jordan Jumpman logo, but it does say quality basketball products inspired by the greatest player ever. And we have seen that on other Air Jordan 11s. Again, the inside of the sneaker is all black. The insole of the sneaker, not going to take that out, but they did give us this hit of blue. Now it does have that RareAir text there in the white, but they did give us this red Nike swoosh there as well. The medial side of the sneaker, you do have more of the hit of blue with this patent leather. Other than that, you do have your white leather hit going towards the rear, and then you do have these white lace hoops in. Again, you do have the Jordan text over on this side as well. The midsole of the sneaker does have like this hit of white, and then of course you can see that creamy kind of sail outsole, if you will. Other than that, that's pretty much it over on this side. Now the rear of the sneaker, of course, you can see more of the blue patent leather, and of course you got your white midsole with the hit of the cream there for the outsole, but you do have more of the hit of white leather here. Now they did give us this kind of like hit of black up here that does matches the sock liner of the sneaker, and if you look closely, it does have the number 23 there as well. The bottom portion of the sneaker, now as far as, like, you know, bottoms go, it does look like just like any other Air Jordan 11 sneaker. One thing that they did a little bit different, they kind of flip-flopped the traction pods here and gave us like this hit of red and blue. But of course, you do have herringbone traction on both. Outside of that, you do have this semi-translucent outsole here in that cream color. But if you look closer, you do have your Jordan Jumpman logo there as well. Over on this side, you do have this hit of red and black here for the carbon fiber material, if you will. And that's pretty much it for the bottom. The left sneaker is pretty consistent with the right. Everything is the same on this one. They didn't swap out like any branding or anything on that one, so it's pretty much consistent with the sneaker. If I were to rate this sneaker, I would definitely give this one a solid. Let's give this one a 9 out of 10. The only thing that I feel like I would have done differently a little bit is the Jordan Jumpman logo there in the middle. I get that they was trying to give us that hit of red, but that red does bleed on the sneaker, on the tag there, and I didn't really like that. So as far as like execution goes, I would have definitely, like, you know, valued them to do something a little bit different, but I get where they were going with this one. As far as like comfort and sizing, the sneaker does fit just like any other Air Jordan 11 sneaker. Now for me, that is true to size. I wouldn't recommend going up a half size on this one. Just stick true to what you know. Other than that, that's pretty much it. But I definitely want to take time to shout out the vendor who actually gifted the sneaker to review on the channel for you guys. And I do encourage you to stay engaged like always. I can be reached on all social media platforms. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, even here on YouTube. Everything is at the King of Soul. But before we go, I'm gonna hit you guys with a 360 in the B-roll like I always do. But yeah, there you go. Air Jordan 11 Retro, but again, this is that RareAir colorway. So there's the front of the sneaker, lateral side of the right, lateral side of the left. There's your bottom. There's your medial side. And then there's the rear. And one thing that I did want to point out, this sneaker does have the widow's peak here along the patent leather on the upper portion of the toe box. Other than that, that's pretty much it. But I do thank you guys for taking the time to tune in like always. But until next time, see you later.